Transformers. We need the eyes. How did this turn out? Let's see and find out. Follow me.
Hoorah! Here we are, Salesboy Comics. What happened? Alright, well, I'll tell you, I guess. I guess. So, I'm going to get some calcium hydroxide going here. I think 100 ml or so, 150-ish. Mix it up some warm water. Get these pages nice and moist. Get about 8 or 9 drops, I think, of Triton X 100 and some solution. Here we go. You can say, why so much? You're always doing 3 or 4. Well, I'm going to do a big mix. I really want these pages to soak and saturated, and you know me, you can push a wrap farther than you can push a cover. And some nuclear hexene, I believe I use 1 tad, which is a measurement of equivalents of 4 grams, I believe. And if you want that solution, I can put that in the descriptions. I'll put a lot of my down in the description of products I use, so you can have it right there to Amazon. And now you know why I doing a big mix, because when you're using hexene and hexene, you're gonna have to use a good amount of solution. So we're at 600 ml, and then I believe I add another 100 ml later on here, because I think I got it too warm. It's about 100 degrees, but that's fine. This paper can handle it. She can handle it. Extra 100 mil. Of course the camera's off, so you didn't see it. So I think we're roughly, fluids and surfactants for around 700 ml. And I'm using my little squidgy toy here. Window tint squidgy. You can get them on Amazon. I can put a link in the description. I'll put a link I'll put a links of all the toys I use, so you guys don't have to be like, what is he doing? Da, 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 da. So we left that for 5, and then I'm going to do a nice little flip. Beautiful. And the paper duration has had its complete full saturation, and I could put a link up on the top right here for videos I explain that more, and paper fibers and the matrix and how it works. So as it's soaking, that rust is really in there, man. It's in there. So I'm gonna have to do the chaos board, as I'm gonna call it. Collecting chaos board. It's a cutting board, and I'm gonna have to stick it on there and peel down the one side of the Hollytex. And I have some brushes that are soaking in half water, half rubbing alcohol, and I'm spraying down a mix of soap. It is Triton X 100. It is about 15 drops, lead to about 1 cup of water, I believe. A cup and a half, I can't remember. But yes. So as I'm spraying, I put a little bit of Bestine spray into it. I apologize, I mean peroxide. Anyways, scrub along. Once you hit one spot, go to the next. That's the way I've always done it. I don't really know any other way. Kind of test it and where you're going. Don't sit there and just crank it out on one. I'm not pushing on it. And this is not really a toothbrush. I don't know what it's for. I know it looks like one, but it's not. It's really, really soft. It's softer than this brush that I'm using. That's like a flat 7, I think. Painter's brush. So don't freak out. Don't cry. It'll be okay. It's kind of working. It's kind of coming out a little bit. Just a little bit. It's kind of working. Might need to spray down a little bit more to See if it's working. Clear me a spot. Not bad. It's no different than making cheese, you know. I mean, you guys do know that I am the #1 supplier of all of North America for Monday cheese.
Justice League Dark Tomorrow special. Spoiler alert, Booster's not fucking in it. You see him doing it?
Future's looking very bright for us.
Amazing!
This devastation will hopefully takes out this foxing, but it's not. It's more of an acid recoil. There's a little bit of like tannament. There is a little bit of what do you call it? The swirls into it. The washade marks, tide marks. I forgot the other tannament marks, but we'll get them out. We'll get them all out. Yeah, that's why I have a glass of alcohol with water, rubbing, cleaning alcohol. And I'll put a link in it what kind I use. That's usually made for paper. It evaporates right away. Even when it's mixed with water, it will evaporate. So it's kind of a cleaning agent for paper, but at the same time, be careful with it around inks, but it's supposed to be safe anyways. We'll see.
Hurrah! 960 MHC, the Captain Mike Blue Light.
Powerful little bugger. I'll put a link up on the top right here for the difference in the lights that I use and the towers and what's the difference between the black and the blue, and I do have a video and I'll put the link here. My goal is to get that rust down as much as possible. I know when it's thick and heavy, it will always be traces that there was rust there. Mega amounts of it. So I think I did about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes on one side and another 15 minutes on the other side. One side was worse than the other, so that's why less time. So here we go, getting her nice and moist, getting her going, getting nice and moist.
Because you know what, you're dealing with a Canadian woman.
What was your favorite, Autobot or the Decepticons? The Autobots or the Decepticon? They kind of make that Bumblebee the more famous one, but I never really liked him. I liked the ones that had the, oh god, what are they called? Cybertrons, I think.
Real construction, even for an Autobot.
Toys came out in 1985 at the tail end. A few of them did, and except for what's his nuts' trailer.
Autobots transform.
I think the second series toys was the big one. That was Shockwave. That was a huge deal. You had to have Shockwave.
You are to stay behind. Cybertron shall remain as you leave it.
The 5 new mini-bots. 5 new mini-bots. Now we're going crazy. The old Optimus Prime, Ironhand, Jazzprow, Megatron. What is the one with the dinosaurs? Because it was T-Recon or whatever his name was. The dinosaur, the king. He was the boss. He was a big one. Obviously, I have that in the CGC. I just showed it off in the other video. I can show it off too again here if you want me to. Anywho, I'm just scrubbing along. I don't know. My guess everybody knows about Transformers, so I'll just shut up. Dinosaurs were for destruction, and you had to fear them no matter who you were. They were so darn cool. Transformers.
It's bad news, Scrapper. They brought out the heavy artillery.
The heavy artillery, the dinosaurs coming in. Dysrexics or whatever they are, and versus the organics. And yeah, I don't know how the movie bases it off, but that's how the cartoon was. Oh yeah. Good stuff, man. Go back and forth. I'm gonna get that rust out as best I can without tearing it. And you'll see how I come back to it. I don't keep sitting on the same spot forever. I just watch it very carefully. That's why I use a little bit of the alcohol and the water, so it will show. I went in and I dunked it and start over, because if it tears, the alcohol will kind of show it a little better. It'll protect it better. Like, I'll feel like a little bit grit to it if it starts to tear. That's why the alcohol is kind of nice. Kind of have that feeling in my hands. Again, your fingers are full of nerves. You got to learn how to use it when you do this type of hobby, this kind of work.
He's like,
Yep.
breathe quietly.
And that's how you get a divorce in America. Keep spraying. That would be my mix. I don't know if I've noted, but I do have a vinegar mix that I'm doing, and that's what I was just using right there. Vinegar is a very good stain reliever with this mix that I have with water and Triton X 100. I kind of put the vinegar on, and then I put the Triton X mix on and go across with my very soft bristle back and forth a little. Remember, not on the same spot the whole time, just kind of feeling it out, making some bubbles. But this cutting board works really nice. It's a parable barrier between, it's a soil structure, and it's gonna keep the water kind of in the same place. And yes, it's tilted 60 degree or 45 or whatever, but it's still, with everything I'm using and whatnot, it's a really good, it's collecting chaos's idea, so I'm using it, and this is nice versus it floating in a photo developer and tray. This works better, I think, with the cutting board behind it. So that's collecting chaos's idea. I'll put maybe his little logo up here or something. Go see him. He's a nice guy. Comes with stories with every book. He's very knowledgeable, especially Golden Age. Anyways, yeah, you saw that I used the 960 mic light, Captain Mic light. So I think I zapped it on that one side for about 20 minutes, if you were wondering. All right, time to drain. Guess what time it is?
Like his t-shirt gun to make yourself useful.
I'm at 100 subscribers, so for my appreciation, I'm going to give away a free book. Maybe 2 free books this time. So there'll be 2 winners. How about that? So, to enter, you just got to subscribe, hit like, and comment. And obviously comment is very important so I can see you. And then I'll eventually pick a winner. Stay to the end and I'll show you what books I'm talking about. What are the free giveaways? Like, comment, share, and you can win books. Last winner was You Plucked My Last Nerve. So I'm organizing, getting them off the sheets here, Bristol paper. I'll put all the products and things I used in the videos and my other videos. I'll put it in the description so you guys can have the link right to it. So now I'm just organizing them right now and sorting them. It's a modern book, and I'm not going to sit and work on other ways of conserving it. But the stains are gone. The rust is still there a little bit. It's okay. I'm happy with the results. It's clean. Look at, you should see before and after. I will put it up more at the end here. I'll do before and afters, but it's beautiful. Get my little staple Salesboy G-string connectors on. Pull out my pen and start going. Skiness and the dark spots that were kind of blackish. The hexene took care of it. The brush took care of the rest. Look at that. That's going to work great. Beautiful. On to the cover. Of course, I have to say, lost some chunks, and it tore and it ripped, and it tore and it ripped, and it split in 2, so kind of repressed it again, and well, it's a lot cleaner, but as in color is still there in some spots. No, I damaged it, guys. This is a learning lesson. Jason at Archivist didn't remind me to turn on my press, so I left a nice moisty cover into the Bristol paper, and I forgot to turn on the machine for 3 or 4 minutes like I'm supposed to. So it got a little sticky in there, and yeah, that's the outcome of it. But it's a learning lesson. So if you put covers from copper ages and newer, and you don't press it for a few minutes, yeah, you'll have a bad result. I know that Paul, Dr. Paul at Liberty Hill Comics, and I've seen Larry do it too, where they can get away with it, but that's on Golden Ages. I think they can sit in Bristol paper kind of moist and they dry themselves out. Cannot do it with these type of books. And I don't know what I was thinking. So, must press. It's my cool little staple invention tool. You just saw me how I put it together nicely. Slips through. The thing's great, even though the book is practically wrecked. But hey, it's clean. It's mold free. It's mold free. It's mold free. Amen to that. Woo! Look at her. Pump it up. Alright, well, let's get these staples out. Soaked in vinegar for about 3 days, and of course I have tape on the top, which one means top and bottom. I'm going to use my nice little pencil deal eraser with a little brush on it. I will put it in descriptions where to find them. Again, what I mean by splitting in two, the pages are like 2 pages, not down the middle. I mean like it opened up, like it opened, I don't know how to explain that. Like the cover is like 2 slabs glued together or something, you know. Anywho, I'm going to get these rust off the staples here. And I'm going to pull it off the screen like a jackass so you can't see what I'm doing. Even though I zoomed in, but somehow I'm assuming I turned the camera. Let's do before and after. And look what's happening. Look at that. Amazing! Alright, we finished the bottom. Let's start on the top. Now, I remember the bottom staple, the short is on the towards the bottom. And it doesn't have much to hang on. And I figured that's what causes the tearing, maybe. I don't know. The paper pull stay, you know, does the paper seal tear. Sometimes they don't put the good enough staples. And this book didn't have very good staples. They were just a little short. But you know what? I don't care. It's going to have to work the way it is here at Sales by Comic. This is a good reading copy. That's what we're going to do with it. It's a good copy. So, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to pull it off the camera again so you can't see what I'm doing because I forgot that it's zoomed in. And then, as I push out my little invention, I'll start the staple. And then I'll pop it in. Just like that. Pop. Crappy. Just a little thing. Like, share, and comment. And just remember at the end here, I will be showing off what books I'll be giving away. And that will start up in a couple of weeks, I believe. At least in September, then I'll do the giveaways. So, we have time. And it's really easy. All you have to do is enter is by just comment. I mean, it'd be great if you subscribe and like, but share would be a good thing too. But comment is the best way to win, obviously, so I can see you. And just asked You Pluck My Last Nerve. He knows how it works. He was our last winner. Good job, Joel. And he's eligible to win another too. I don't hold on to anybody. It's just who comments the most, who watches the most, stuff like that. I figured I'd do a mixture of older and newer. How about that? Alright, I'm going to get it ready for the press. Good knockout. Conservation group every Sunday with Larry, Phil, Dr. Paul. Just go to their, Liberty Hill Comics or Final Comics or something like that. Go right there, add them, subscribe them, and then they're about every Sunday they have a little live chat and talk about books, pricing, things that happen with conservation books that have been conserved to the minimum. Alright. Oh, morons that tape books and send them in. It does more damage than good, but CGC sees different, I guess. These pages look really good, actually. Yep, and it already just popped off. I told you, it will come undone. That staple's tiny, but look what it was before. All black lines and stuff and crustiness from the staples. But that staple's tiny. It's hanging on for dear life. Not bad for a freebie. I'll admit at least 80-90% of that dark yellowish line on the bottom is gone. That's cool. It's a good reading copy. So, amen to that, I guess. I am Dylan at Salesboy Comics. Thank you for joining me. Let's take a look at the end here, what I got to hand out. There is an annual number 4 from 1954. So, we got a couple of weeks here. Subscribe, all that. Till next time, keep it moist. Tarzan Annual 1954, I believe. Number 3 Tarzan 1954. You can win this by subscribing Gwen. 5 variant of Gwen Stacy. The number 2 Spider-Gwen. The verses with all the divas with her. Beautiful books that need a home. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment. Got a comment, then I can see you. Beautiful books to hand out. 5 beautiful winners we can have. Amen to that. See ya.